Hey guys, welcome to 2.4C. We are going to just do 3 different examples today. Okay, we're going to do 3 examples. They're going to be some of the tougher ones. So let's get to it. All 3 of them are going to be noteworthy. So I'll give you guys a second to copy this part down. And if you want to draw a sketch of the graph, just cross at -2, 3, and 5. Okay. Okay. So we have to solve this polynomial. By the way, it's equal to 0. Now, we can factor things that are quadratics really easily, right? And we have something called the quadratic equation, which allows us to find the zeros very easily. But how do you factor a cubed function or a function to the 4th or to the 5th? It gets extremely difficult to do, so there's other ways to do it. The way our book does it, the way we're going to do is you're going to graph to find one answer, then use a combination of synthetic division and factoring to find the rest. Okay? So in this graph, and by the way, I know you guys are going to say, Mr. Terwilliger, using the Brady method, I can see that my answer is going to be -2, 3, and 5, which is correct. But the ones you may see on a quiz or you may see in homework, only one of them are going to cross right at a nice even number, and they're going to be graphs you're looking at in the book. Okay? So that might not always work. So we're going to start off and say, well, it looks like 5 is one of our solutions. So I think x minus 5 is a factor. Okay? So what I do is, well, that's kind of step 1. Step 1 is you find a factor, one factor that'll work. Step 2, you're going to divide it out. Okay. And what do I mean by that is I'm going to set up a synthetic division problem. Box up here, straight line, kind of straight line across. I'm going to put my k up here, which for this one, what's my k? It's going to be 5. And my polynomial is going to go here, or at least the coefficients are. So I get 1, -6, -1, and 30. Okay, so remember go synthetic division. Drop the 1 down. 1 times 5 is 5. -6 plus 5 is -1. -1 times 5 is -5. -1 minus 5 is -6. -6 times 5 is -30. 30 minus 30 is 0. Phew! I'm happy that worked out. Since we got 0 remainder, that says it's a factor. It divides evenly. So I'm left with, put our x here, x squared here. Okay, so I took out this x minus 5. So I get that times x squared minus x minus 6. I'm setting the whole thing equal to 0. Again, I divided our original by that x minus 5 because I knew it was a factor. Now I gotta get the other two. Now here I can just factor this beast. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be -3 too because I have a -6, -1 here. So I get x minus 3, x plus 2. Because again, quadratic, if we can't factor it, we can use quadratic equation. So my answers are going to be x equals 5, 3, -2. Okay? So again, just take one of your solutions from the graph, synthetically divide it out, then factor a quadratic whatever's remaining. Capiche? Capiche. Next one, write the polynomial for the points negative 2, 0, 0, 4, 1, 0, 4, 0. And sometimes you'll see them written like this. That's an XY chart. Negative 2, 0, 0, 4, 1, 0, 4, 0. What I want you to notice is, oh wait, no, worthy. What do these 3 points have in common? They're all zeros. Or also, aka, they're all x-intercepts. So I can already say I'm going to have x minus 2, sorry, x plus 2 times x minus 1 times x minus 4. Okay? The only one that I don't know what's going on is, what do I do with the 0, 4? It's going to be a y-intercept. Okay? Here's what I do. I set my y equals, well, there's going to be some number out here times this mess. Okay? Some number out here times this whole mess. Now I have this point, I have this point 0, 4. So I plug it in. So I plug in 4 for my y. A is still going to be a. But I plug in 0 for my x. So I get 0 plus 2, 0 minus 1, 0 minus 4. And I solve it. So I get 4 equals a times 2 times negative 1 times negative 4, or 4 equals a times negative 8. Here, I'll put parentheses, a times. So I divide both sides by negative 8, and I get a equals negative a half, right? Phew! Again, guys, just plug in your x and y. We'll put in your zeros first, your factors. Plug in your x and y. Good to go. But I'm not done yet. So I know it's going to be negative 1/2 times my x plus 2, x minus 1, x minus 4. No, you're like, Mr. Williger, that's alright, right? I can just call it a day. We're good to go. No. Okay, so we're going to have to go through and FOIL this out. But guess what? We already FOILed this part. Up here. Oh, nope, I'm sorry, I'm thinking wrong example. So I take my x squared. It's going to be minus 5x plus 4. Again, guys, I'm just foiling. All that times my x plus 2, negative 1/2 style, not Gundam style. And again, I'm going to FOIL this beast. X times x squared is x cubed. X times negative 5x is negative 5x squared. X times 4 is 4x. Then I take my 2 through, plus 2x squared minus 10x plus 8. Okay. But wait, it's this whole thing times negative 1/2. Now I gotta combine my like terms. So I get x cubed minus 3x squared minus 6x plus 8. All that times negative 1/2. Okay, almost there. One more step. You get negative 1/2. We distribute that through negative 1/2 x cubed plus 3/2 x squared plus 3x minus 4. Okay, if you don't see that where I got that from, guys, don't be afraid to ask me in class. Okay, and there we go. This part is probably one of the tougher parts. The one big step I want to see is that how you plug in for the A. I don't know, if you ask pretty nicely, I might show you another example. Also check, I might throw a link in for another video example. If you aren't comfortable with these, please watch another one. Capiche? And I said we had 3 examples. I think we're just going to do 2. Because this one, this last one, tell you what, I'll give you extra credit if you solve it with work. Okay? Because it's tricky. Alright, enjoy.